this forum today, one that is focused on the arenas of human-centric and sustainable economic development. My name is Shruti. I run an organization called Tamara Leisure Experiences. We operate hotels under three prominent brands, the Tamara Resorts, Obai Tamara, and Lilac Hotels. And we've been doing this for the last 11 years. We currently own properties in Germany and in India, over 1,000 keys, and our hospitality services are exclusively offered in India thus far. We're currently running 7 hotels, with another 9 in various stages of development. All of these hotels were developed by our in-house project management team, and they've all been fully owned greenfield properties thus far, except for one, which has been a brownfield. And needless to say, we're an organization in the absolute throes of scaling. We have a vision of responsible hospitality, and we really want to bring this brand to a wider audience of people in many geographies. To put it simply, people, planet, and profit encompass our core philosophy, and that directs our vision, as well as the triple bottom line that governs our daily operations. Technology. Technology is an absolutely vital catalyst for growth. It can do this through increasing productivity, efficiency, or risk mitigation. It can also be a notable ally in establishing non-monetary assets. So for instance, skill building in employees to create agile, inclusive work cultures that render a whole spectrum of long-term dividends. Technology also allows for more conscious decision-making through allowing for information to be more available and more transparent. So consumer-driven demand for responsible products or services like our own is also bolstered through the integration of technology. Hospitality as a service and real estate are inextricably linked. The most obvious of these synergies is, of course, in the use of physical assets and physical infrastructure. That's quite clear. But more importantly, the greatest alignment that I see between hospitality and real estate is in the purpose for which we all build, what we do and what we build. We build for people. We build to accommodate human interaction, to facilitate the practice, the art of living, working, and being. So today, I'll be talking a little bit about the pragmatic and innovative role of technology in making the human experience of physical space more thoughtful, more memorable, and more sustainable. My industry, hospitality, is a historically high polluting industry. It means that we also create quite a lot of waste. But there is hope. There are various foundational ways in which technology upholds and promotes sustainability through resource management, logistical efficiency, and long-term planning. But let's break this down a little bit and look at how we can actually implement for impact. So the first area that I like to talk about is energy. Technology has revolutionized the way that we approach energy consumption in our industry. From energy-efficient equipment in our laundry rooms to implementing automation for better coordination between our infrastructure, our systems, these innovations not only reduce our ecological footprint, but they also contribute significantly to cost savings. Even simple but effective innovations like occupancy sensor lights and heat pumps, they've helped us not only optimize our consumption patterns, but they've also helped us alleviate the pressures of the increasing cost of energy. More advanced systems like IoT for smart control, managing temperature and equipment to provide maximum comfort to our guests, not only enhance guest experience when used appropriately, but they also contribute significantly to increasing equipment life. The adoption of advanced renewable energy technologies is absolutely paramount at this point for a cleaner and more sustainable future. Solar and other renewable sources not only reduce our reliance on traditional energy, but they also contribute to a significant reduction in carbon emission. At Tamara, we are currently installing solar systems in most of our operating hotels. Integration of solar energy with diesel generation synchronization allows us to maximize the use of renewable energy sources and maintain a consistent power supply. In our newest and largest hotel in Coimbatore, where we just launched 141 keys, our solar panels can generate up to 70% of our entire energy requirements. In the tourism industry, we think about the entire customer journey of our guests, and we try to identify what we call moments of truth within their larger experience. Some of these moments happen on the way to our properties, so we must also consider how our guests access our properties. It may also happen on arrival. So efficient public transportation and the promotion of electric vehicles, for instance, are essential components to sustainable travel. Technology can help create and optimize transportation systems that align with our commitment to a greener future. In the public sector, this includes multimodal transport hubs and green options for last mile transport, such as transfers from airports, train stations, bus stops. In the private sector, this includes the use of energy efficient or green vehicles for internal operations or guest transportation. So again, in our resorts, we use electric buggies to shuttle people, within the vast sort of areas that we occupy. But we're also currently installing charging points for privately driven electric cars in most of our properties. I saw that this hotel, in fact, has already done that. Coming to water. Water is another highly wasted resource in hospitality and in various other industries. Innovative solutions for monitoring and conserving water plays a pivotal role in sustainable hotel operations. Technologies that help us optimize consumption, such as water conserving plumbing, filtration systems, and tactile reuse of treated water are vital for the responsible management of this particular resource. I'm particularly proud of our water reuse systems that we've implemented in several of our properties, allowing us to recycle our water without impacting guest experience in any negative way. Water consumption is another side of this. And in water consumption, we actually operate in-house reverse osmosis water bottling plants, which helps us reduce our single-use plastic waste, but it also promotes responsible water consumption through reducing the distance our water has to travel between the bottling and the end consumer. Rainwater harvesting and the use of simple aerators, for instance, are another wonderful way, very effective, simple way to reduce water consumption, and they're also integral components of our water conservation efforts. Coming to carbon footprint and carbon and waste, technologies aimed at reducing carbon emissions are critical to mitigating climate change. From eco-friendly transportation options to carbon offset programs, we need to now leverage technology to actively participate in global efforts to combat climate change. Integrated technologies facilitating sustainable design, planning, and implementation are absolutely necessary as we move forward. From the inception of a project through execution, technology can help guide us in creating spaces that are harmonious with our environment. Embracing technologies that support recycling, reuse, and waste reduction contributes to a circular economy. From smart waste management systems to innovative recycling processes, technology plays a key role in minimizing our environmental impact. So again, at Tamara, our waste management systems include organic waste converters and old school muntins, no technology there. These help us convert organic food waste into usable compost. It ensures responsible waste disposal. In our recent brownfield project, I was also incredibly proud of our team who did a great job in refurbishing existing doors, kitchen equipment. We even often upcycle linens, glass bottles in our resorts, all of these small things adding up to promote circular economy principles. The last sort of fundamental that I wanted to talk about is the one that I'm actually the most passionate about. It's around data analytics and sustainable planning. The power of data analytics cannot be overstated. Technology enables us to monitor and analyze data and provide valuable insights for effective decision-making in all of our sustainability initiatives. As this data impacts goal setting and operational priorities, it also filters down to resulting in more productive and motivated teams. In Tamara, it is an understatement to say that we have merely just implemented digitization across various aspects of our operations. I would say that if you are a new employee at Tamara, when you enter the organization, it's probably the one thing that absolutely distinguishes us within an industry that's not known to be overly tech forward. We're an organization that absolutely embraces technology for function and utility. And I'm personally passionate about driving the use of technology from the very bottom of my organization to the very top. So from customer registration and feedback to housekeeping, room checklists, to maintenance, complaint management, asset maintenance, document management, audits, and much more, we use technology to capture data. And all of these systems were in fact built by our own in-house team. And we took a design thinking approach to it. We built these systems frugally and quickly, and we tested and piloted along the way. The data we capture is analyzed, and so far it's been analyzed by people, but I'm working on getting AI into this. But the analysis that we do allows us to make better decisions. It allows us to optimize in areas that we may have otherwise easily disregarded, merely by measuring. And I honestly think that in sustainability across all sectors, this is the most important thing. Measure, 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 measure. Merely by measuring and building transparency in reporting, we significantly bring down our consumption and our waste, and immediately have direct cost savings. So when Nirupa invited me here today, she asked me to think a little bit about emerging tech-enabled solutions that could be scaled to support the sustainability circuit. I have a few thoughts on this, and I would love to see some of these solutions come from this very group here, but also from beyond. And I'd love to see them become more available and more affordable for users like ourselves. The first thing is waste to energy conversion. It would be wonderful to see advanced methods of converting waste into energy, reducing the burden on landfills and contributing to a more circular and sustainable waste management system. This could also include the process of burning municipal solid waste, for instance, paper, plastic, wood, to produce steam in boilers, and the steam could then be used to power electric generator turbines. Conversion technologies could be employed in a range of methods, such as gasification in this case, to combustion and landfill gas recovery to make energy out of non-recyclable waste. Advanced energy storage is something I think has been, a lot of people are talking about. We're familiar with batteries and with thermal systems that store energy for usage on demand, but it would be wonderful to see more technology around renewable energy sources such as wind and solar energy, being able to capture that more efficiently and effectively so that it's available in remote destinations in a more time-flexible way, and just allowing access in that way. Green construction materials, I think this is again something which is probably a very hot topic, and lots of development is happening in this area. The development and widespread use of green construction materials can be a game changer, in fact, and it really can reduce our environmental impact. Vernacular and locally sourced materials can, of course, mitigate some of our impact, but I think more widely scalable is probably eco-adapting materials, which would, on which we could potentially have high dependency. A few examples of something like this in recent times has been glass, eco-conscious glass, for instance, that absorbs infrared waves and reflects them, allowing for the interiors of the building to maintain better cooling. Innovative carbon removal. Technologies focused on removing carbon from the atmosphere. This is a really cool new thing that I've been seeing. I really look forward to a lot more happening in this space. Direct air capture, for instance, where carbon dioxide is captured from the environment, from the atmosphere rather, and especially when it's implemented in places like factories, I think could be it could be a game changer, because if that could be captured and converted into energy again, or stored for later use, I think that would be a pretty amazing thing for our industry to be able to accomplish. In the earlier panel, we spoke a little bit about air pollution, in fact, for a second there, and I think that air and water management, of course, is becoming far more important than I think it ever has been. These are resources which are becoming more and more scarce. And so having more technologies that can aid in water conservation and reuse, but also looking at how we can reverse pollution and improve air quality, I think these are technologies which are absolutely the need of the hour. Transportation, eco-friendly transportation, I think again, this is quite popular, and I think a lot of things are happening in this space, and it's very good to see how it is moving even through from last mile logistics all the way to buses and trucks. This is happening in a very advanced way. And the last thing that I would talk about is around renewable energy technology. I think the last few years, when we look at just solar technology, for instance, and how far it's come, it is actually phenomenal. It has become far more affordable, it makes so much more sense than it ever did before to have these technologies. And so if we could see more development in that space, I think it would be, again, a wonderful thing to see within the sector. So in conclusion, as we navigate the future of sustainable business practices, technology remains our absolute ally. It empowers us to build not only profitable enterprises, but ones that respect our planet and uplift our local communities, ultimately contributing to a more equitable and sustainable world for everyone here today, but also for everyone who will inherit this world from us tomorrow. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you to Brigade REAP for having me. Thank you, Nirpa. It's been a great pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shruti Shibulal. If I may request Mr. Mohan to come on stage to felicitate her with a small memento. Really, the thing staying with us is, I think, the three words: thoughtful, memorable, and sustainable. I think if we can create experiences and spaces, and with industry leaders here, I think it's an interesting thing for all of us to take away.